of Gygax family members, friends of my father's, and fellow game enthusiasts from all over the country and the world. And we get together to remember my father and honor him by doing what he loved best, playing games. It's a memorial convention that grew out of an event after his funeral. He passed away March 4th of 2008. We had a relatively small funeral service. Then afterwards, I thought it would be appropriate to have a gathering in the American Legion Hall in Lake Geneva, which is the site of Gen Con 2, and a lot of fond memories for me and my family. My sisters brought some pizza, and we just had tables set up and played games, and people were shaking dice and playing various games and having a good time remembering my dad. And even though it was a sad moment, just being together with all those people was really cathartic for my family. I'm not sure who said it, but someone said, "Wow, Luke, this is a great idea. You should do this every year." And I think it was Jolly Blackburn said, "You can call it GaryCon," because they have a character in Knights of the Dinner Table, Gary Jackson, which is a cross between my dad, Gary Gygax, and Steve Jackson. So, and they have GaryCon, which is supposed to be like Gen Con. So I thought that was fun, and so GaryCon was born. Lake Geneva is the mecca of role-playing gaming, because that's where my father wrote Dungeons & Dragons in the house on 330 Center Street. It's not just my hometown, it's where Dungeons & Dragons was created, it's where TSR was headquartered all those years, and there's a lot of creative people who still live in that area, and so that's really important that we're there and remember the foundation of the industry as well as what my father did for it. There's a feeling of camaraderie at GaryCon that I think you don't get at a lot of other conventions. It's about having a good time. There's definitely a family feeling, having my brothers and sisters and I hosting this event. It's really great that we get to do it. And so I think that is what's special, is that you feel like you're not just a person in a crowd, you're amongst friends. So bring a friend and come and play some games with us.
I didn't get anything for
Me?
Mother's
I'm
Day.
your mother?
Just saying.
Neither did I.
I got lots of people things for Mother's Day, but actually we're live, y'all. So welcome back to the next episode of the Chentoufi Chronicles. And last weekend was a fantastic. It wasn't necessarily a cliffhanger, but a fantastic, exciting, thrilling escape from a tomb raid that our entire team went on. So we will talk about some of the things that happened. But thank you again for joining Gary Khan's streaming channel here, and one of our new regular episodes, which is the Chentoufi Chronicles. We also want to thank our main sponsor, and our main sponsor is Penny Dragon Games this year, and they will be our main sponsor throughout the entire series. I also want to say that we think we've gotten all of the issues worked out from a giveaway standpoint. So welcome to everybody who is interested in some great giveaways that we're going to have. We're actually going to we deliberately want to do something that will let me do one of them early on too. So we have some dice to give away, and instead of just giving away one set of dice today, we're going to give away two sets of dice. And the reason why we're going to do that here, or the way that we're going to do that, is the very first natty 20 that someone rolls, we will then give away a set of dice.
It'll be me, I promise.
Just take a look at these beautiful dice that Bushra has. So thank you very much. Also, Bushra, go ahead and show off that Eye of Chentoufi module. That's going to be another one of the giveaways that we've got. You will get a signed copy by Luke. So that is a fantastic, high quality module that was the first of all of these that were produced. And as we progress, there will be other Eye of Chentoufi, there will be Heart of Chentoufi, and there will also be Fate of Chentoufi too, which is almost ready. So other giveaways, two other giveaways that we got. One is going to be a, let's see, I had the list right here. One is going to be a, Fat Dragon, who is another sponsor of ours, has given us some STLs to download as well. So, and we will have one or more of those as well. So, a bunch of good things to give away. In order to qualify for the giveaway, and somebody go ahead and do this in chat for me, but it's going to be, you have to type !GC giveaway. So that's for Gary Con, but exclamation point GC giveaway, all lowercase. And let me make sure that that is tracking properly. Yep, that looks good. I see people jumping in and qualifying. So fantastic. All right, so let's talk a little bit about our background. So Sakim, you are usually quiet, but also very observant, and usually pretty good at giving us kind of a synopsis of what happened last time. So why don't you jump in and help us out by reminding all the good viewers what exactly happened last episode?
Well, we sought revenge. That is what happened. We did not find it, but we sought it.
Well, I signed on with this crazy group of adventurers, and it turned out to be a little bit of a frightening experience. There were booby traps aplenty, and apparently a revolving floor that would plunge us towards the ceiling. I was a little worried we were all going to get squished. But fortunately, we had like a giant guy all in armor with us who managed to provide enough light, and there were some serious spell casting from our druid to keep the monsters at bay with his walls of fire, which was pretty amazing. Over and all, we managed to get the artifact we were looking for and scamper out as quickly as possible.
Yep, and there were definitely
armor. I am armor.
Oh, you are great, sir. You are great, and I'm going to stand right behind you.
Awesome.
Yes.
I was a little bit nervous there too for some of you at the end. Some of you were still hanging around down lower while everybody else was shooting up towards the ceiling. But Sofax, how did that work out for you? How did you manage to get up off the floor and back to everybody?
While everyone else was gunning for survival, I was gunning for treasure. And it just so happened that this treasure was life-saving, flying carpet.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all luck on that one.
Yeah, I think you might have gotten a little bit more than that too. So we'll definitely take a look at that. All right. So you've made it out of the tomb that you guys were raiding. And so now it's time for you to make your way back to the city of Chentoufi. And in doing so, you have a little bit of downtime as well, some opportunities to camp and rest between the tomb and Chentoufi. Anything that you guys specifically want to do while you are en route back to the city?
How long is it a 2-day trip?
Yes. So it's actually gonna be a 3-day trip, but you've got 2 full rests between now and when you get back to the city.
Okay. So, I guess so. Right now we just left the tomb and we have the scarab, and our group is sort of like dusting themselves off. I don't know. Does everybody have hit points? Is everybody still alive? Does anybody need any?
Yes.
Dr. Health is sort of looking at everyone and saying, is everyone feeling themselves after what we just went through?
Do you have any medicinal herbs that might help anxiety? I'm a little nervous after all that, and if I'm getting on that carpet, I'm probably going to need some something to handle nausea. Anything like that would be great.
You asking me if I have any herbs for you? I'm not that kind of doctor. However, I might have something that can help you. Keep in mind, I am fairly new to medicine in this way.
Well, we can always try it on somebody else, and then when it works, I can be like your case that can report out to the public that it worked great.
I've got some herbs. I'm a dwarf, druid. Come on now, guys. But I tell you one thing. Dwarves don't fly, so I'm not getting on the carpet.
Who said I was even letting you on the carpet?
I don't want anyone. But I can give you some herbs. They'll calm you down or make you not calm down. One of the two. I don't know.
I'm not sure if I'm stout enough for dwarven herb.
We'll work you up
on that. Probably. There's got to be gradients.
You can try those herbs on me. I have an orc stomach.
fantastic.
Yes.
Who has the herbs? Was it me who has the herbs? And she looks over at Logger. Oh, you have the herbs.
I've got herbs and flowers and sand and all sorts of good stuff.
I'm liking this group. We have an inordinate amount of herbs. I mean, just it's all over the place. Let's do this.
I for one. What did you say?
I have none. Don't come to me for herbs.
Well, you have that rug that really ties the air together. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
I do not have herbs, and I do not eat or drink.
That's interesting. Thank you so much for that insight. I was wondering why, and if you were ever, would you like the ability to eat or drink? Do you think? Is it something you've ever thought about?
I'm not sure I understand the purpose of it.
Neither do I.
What am I missing? It seems like you take things in and then they have to come back out, which seems kind of disturbing.
The conversation is taking
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Discover.
It would be more disturbing.
I do have a
if
sense
stayed
of
in.
smell.
Mm.
True.
So I have a better idea. We can grind those herbs and then we can just smoke them or burn them so then he can smell it. That would help out with the nausea. Yeah.
That's true.
All right.
Islaga, are you familiar with these herbs? Like, have you tested them out yourself or on somebody else? Or is this
aggressively? Lonely nights in the desert. They help with all the stars and the lights. You know, I mean, it's warm out there. Sometimes, you know, it's boring wandering through so much sand. So yeah, I've experimented a lot. I don't know if you can tell.
Just wanted to make sure that
I'm just gonna try. It's Sakim who wants to calm down, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So Rusty is just going to stride towards him, and Rusty is about a 7-foot tall, giant armored thing.
Oh.
He is going to stare down to him with his burning crystal eyes and say, "Relax," and use command.
Oh,
which lets you give someone a one-person command, a one-word.
That's comforting.
Yeah. And I
chill, yo.
You know, I'm not sure that you would choose to do it in a situation like that, but you can choose to fail your saving throw, Sakim. What are you going to do?
Let's go ahead and try the saving throw. We might as well.
All right.
Exactly how well he handles this, because he's already a bit nervous.
Mm-hmm. So Rusty.
I suppose I could have said chill. Yes. Wisdom. It's a wisdom save of 14.
All right. Wow. So go ahead and make a saving throw, wisdom saving throw, Sakim.
Oh, this is going to be not that impressive. I guess I still had somebody.
Oh, there you go.
No, but he's made the saving throw, so he is not going to relax.
This is like the only time
Sakim clenches up really tight and does his absolute best not to demonstrate what happens after you've eaten and drink food.
On this week's episode of Fluid Justice, follow Longer and his friends as he watches his friends try to scare each other to sleep. Only on the GCW. Scary Conquest. I don't know.
Sorry, I thought that would work.
I appreciate that.
It seems I was mistaken.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to go sit on this rock over here.
Wait, you're going to sit down? Right. We have to be somewhere, don't we?
I think I need to sit down.
Okay, we will take a mild sojourn. Sofax, Sofax still have the scarab, right? Who's holding it?
I still have the scarab.
Yeah, Sofax has a number of things.
A rug, scarab. Okay, she's Dr. Hella's gonna go. Can I see it?
Yes. And I guess I'll just hand you the scarab.
What does it look like, Garner?
So the scarab is a beautiful gold and lapis blue color. The scarab itself actually looks to be a half open scarab. So scarab, of course, is a beetle. but this one has little wings that are just starting to open. It's large though. It fits in both of your hands. You have to hold it in both hands, and it's awfully heavy too. The scarab is obviously made of gold and some other precious jewels. Even though the wings are blue, it's a bluish gold with blue gems that are actually embedded in the wings themselves. So a very beautiful looking artifact that you've discovered here.
Have any of you been imprisoned for theft or grand larceny at all?
No.
Any of you?
I do not know.
Not for theft.
Maybe.
Trespassing. They were
Trespassing,
beautiful
right.
flowers.
I'm just wondering, because this seems seems like a very sort of important and expensive piece. It makes me wonder why he wanted it so badly. Aren't you curious?
Keith stands up really quick, suddenly forgetting to be frightened, and he does let people know. I may know some people who have had some underhanded dealings. Anytime you work in a marketplace for any length of time, sometimes you do come across that. So I could take a look.
Did you give it back?
I'll detect magic while we're standing around.
Oh, okay.
I kind of edge away from the really tall, scary guy.
All right. So the scarab itself definitely glows with a healthy magic aura. But in addition to that, you obviously see a magical aura about the carpet. Where is the carpet right now, Sofax? Is it rolled up in a pack, or is it floating along beside you, or what are you doing with the carpet?
I'm
riding it?
sitting on it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Just gently hovering,
Very nice.
enjoying the fact that I have a carpet that flies.
Excellent. All right. But
and what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we walking, or are we still standing?
Well,
discussing
so
this?
you actually you have some you have a couple of camels that are with you but are for carrying things. Okay, so they were carrying your tents and your bedrolls and other things like that. But the rest of you are walking along beside. But I would also tell you, Rusty, that you sense some additional magic that seems to be new, because you're aware that some other things already you already
I'm
knew.
aware of Sofax's usual.
But you are aware of at least a couple of new things that also seem to be giving off auras, but you're not exactly sure what they are. They're coming from Sofax's pouch at her belt.
Oh,
Understood.
oh,
I'll keep that silent for the moment. But
Okay.
oh!
the scarab is certainly magical. Can I tell what kind of school the aura is on the scarab?
Sue, let me check really quickly. There are actually multiple auras on the scarab.
Oh.
So, yes.
I will just, say to Heleth, the scarab is certainly, there is magical energy emanating from it. It is more than just a mundane piece of jewelry.
It is. And are we getting a lot of...
No.
What? No, what did you say? That's what you said.
No, I was just going to say it could be that the person who sent us to get it needed it for revenge.
Or stay with me.
Or?
The magical abilities may increase the resale value, and I know a guy.
How?
I actually know several guys. We could kind of shop it around, see who's buying, see who gives us the best price, that kind of thing. Maybe we need more equipment. The big guy here, he could use some gloss. We could
I like that idea.
He is kind of
would
dingy.
like some money. I would like some money so I can travel. I love that idea. Let's shop around.
I will just approach Sofax and just say, what is it you want?
I like money, but I don't know if we should burn bridges at the cost of like. I don't know if we should burn bridges for money. We made a deal with the guy. Why not honor it?
I do not care about money. I will support your position, whatever that is.
I'm not super into betrayal.
Well, I mean, he didn't really tell us about all those traps and the bad guys we had to fight. So, I mean, somewhat of a betrayal has already happened. So
well, what
one
if we
could
just
argue.
didn't know?
What do we know about? Yeah, what do we know about our patron?
So your patron is definitely someone of significant power and influence. You don't actually know the patron's name, and the patron himself, you think it is a he. When he appeared to you, he was actually in a cowled hood that also had a thin piece of gossamer fabric, so that it totally blocked any view of his face. But he obviously had a deep voice as he was discussing it. There was something though that he didn't even let his original person that contacted you into the meeting with you, so clearly there is some secrecy around that identity. Now, we'll learn a lot more about this going forward, but many of you would be familiar with some of the groups of individuals that exist inside the city itself, and so you know that there are some people that are very powerful and influential in the city itself. You also know that there are some people that are almost revered as demigods, and again, I don't want to give away too much, but there are others that walk around like this. And you don't know specifically who it was that actually gave this to you, but you were given a fair amount up front and also promised more on the back end, and so you feel pretty confident that it was somebody who at the very least was extremely wealthy.
Okay.
DM, would it be possible for me to make a history check and determine maybe if it's some of the people in the city that I might know?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make that.
Would you like that in the tower or outside?
Yeah, make that in the tower, please.
It's a good check.
All right. Unfortunately, you do not know, if it is somebody that you had met previously.
All right. So with the hood and the cow guys, I am thinking that this is either potentially a leper or just somebody who's just really nefarious. I'm thinking we should probably sell it to whoever the highest bidder is, and or maybe leverage it back against them and just see how it is. And see if maybe we can get a little bit more money on the back end, considering of all the effort and time we've had to spend. And some of these people got hurt. So, why not kind of put expenses on the line? It's a normal business transaction. Expenses are sometimes expected.
Sometimes accept that's cheap. But won't that put a bounty on our heads? Another bounty on our heads. Not that I've ever had any bounties on my head whatsoever. However, won't that put us like sort of a target on all of our backs? Especially because
that would be decidedly different than my personal experience any time before. But that could be something that happens. I don't know.
I didn't know we were paid half of the money up front. Is that what you said, Garner?
Yes, I did.
He said a third. He said a third.
Well,
a third.
I don't know where the rest went.
You were paid some of the money up front, yes. So
wait, whomst was paid some of the money? I didn't see any money, or did I see it? I don't remember.
Well, if you look in your character sheets, it was paid to you. So you definitely got a significant amount of money. It's actually 50. Yeah, you were actually, everybody's got an additional 50 platinum in their inventory. See?
Wow.
You just forgot that happened right before the last episode.
Yes,
we've got 50 platinum. I think we should just retire.
I have 50 PP.
I mean that's big money.
Now, wait a minute. Chentoufi, though, and again, many of you would know, Chentoufi is a very expensive place to live, and sometimes, it helps to, make things go easier to have a few extra platinum in your pouch.
I would truly agree.
All right.
I would agree.
After
I
all,
don't
the
know if I
extra
trust
platinum.
you yet. If I trust you, I'm like, didn't you give me the wrong directions here? And that's why I was late in the first place.
Well, I mean, I thought it was that way. I could have, I get confused sometimes, just like everybody else. The marketplaces get crowded. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's fine.
I mean, we can try to bargain
Yep.
for some more money when we return it, because given the the obstacles and the difficulties we have faced.
I agree with Huntress. We went through a lot of things that we weren't told. They did not say there would be danger like we faced in that tomb. Also, before we turn anything over, I want to know exactly what that thing does.
That's my thought too.
And
I'm
I
so
also think,
curious.
Agreed.
I also think Rusty would be great to have in on the negotiations. To add some of his thoughts and his mindfulness about the situation. I think he'd be great to just stand with us while some of us make the discussion and comments.
And tell
Rusty
people
is
to relax.
proficient in intimidation too, by the way, should it become relevant. Just saying, he can be a stern bad cop in the background if needed.
There you go.
He actually looks. Yep. I was gonna say he looks to Sofax and says, "Do you feel any of the other things that you found are directly related to the scarab?"
Oh, well, I found this amulet, which I don't know what it does.
What? Wait, can we see the amulet as well?
Yeah, I pull it out of my satchel and hold it up, and Garner describes what it is.
Yeah, she shows you an amulet that actually looks like. At first, you think, "Oh, that's just a chunk of metal, on a golden chain, but I'm sorry, on a brass chain. But instead of it just being a chunk of metal, upon closer inspection, it looks like a collection of dervishes. Okay, so like a number of different dervish whirlwind type things, and it looks like it's maybe 4 or 5 of them that seem to be kind of dancing around each other, and you look straight at it, and it kind of solidifies, and it's a chunk, right? A chunk of metal, like I was talking about. So it kind of has 3 dimensions to it, and when you kind of look away, you feel like out of the corner of your eyes you see it moving, but then you look at it and it looks the same again. Okay. And Rusty, this is one of the things that seems to have an extra aura about it.
Indeed.
That just sounds like a beautiful amulet I can add to my jewelry collection.
It would look beautiful on Huntress. I agree. And to be honest with you, we were only supposed to retrieve a scarab. That's all. They don't know about anything else, so we can keep the rest of ourselves.
I know a guy.
But we want to know what it does. Oh,
it has a magical aura. It is definitely more than a piece of adornment.
How do you know this, Rusty?
I have the ability to sense the flow of magical energies, as I myself am a creature of magical energy.
You about made me have a flow of magical energies 10 minutes ago. So yeah, I think he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The carpet, the scarab, the other things that Sofax found in the temple, all of these are magical.
So I'm going to use my mage hand and take this amulet and kind of whirl it around and throw it on the ground and see if that triggers anything.
What?
I quickly duck behind Rusty.
I'm gonna throw it out the door.
Yeah. So
I'll certainly step forward as if it's going to explode. It will explode on me.
All right. So as you roll it around, you don't see any reaction. I mean, you get a little bit of dust, a little bit of sand. I think that makes Lager very happy. But other than the additional sand and dust all over it, nothing else seems to happen right now.
Well, that's
Does anybody
boring.
in this group know anything about magical items at all? Like anybody proficient in magical items?
I mean, I know some guys, and even if we just like the design, we can take it to them. They could duplicate that several times over, so we could all have matching jewelry.
Unfortunately, I do not have identify, so I can tell things are magic, but I can't tell what they are. But Sofax, are you not a specialist in these things?
Yes,
Do
I
you not
am.
understand a history of magic?
Yes, I do. I'm familiar with the ancient languages of the Idrisid, of the peoples of the past, and I am proficient in Arcana and Insight.
Do you know what culture might have produced this artifact?
Well, given that it was found in a place related to Bushira, I would guess that it does come from Bushira. And Bushira was a generally nice goddess, considered to be good. So I would say that it's not an evil item. Certainly, probably not evil.
Since Sofax reactivated Rusty, Rusty is basically of the opinion that Sofax is like the wisest arcanist sort of in the region. So just completely trust that you must understand.
So Sofax, given your proclivity for things that are both Idrisid as well as arcane in nature, go ahead and give me either an Arcana check or a history check. I think Arcana is probably better for you.
You should get some magic sand from the dwarf too.
How about a little guidance, little sand on your shoulder?
Yep. All right, and go ahead and give me a Arcana check, please.
14.
Very nice. Yes.
And then
yes,
roll a
very
d4
nice.
for the guidance.
Yes. Oh,
14
Nice.
plus 3, 17.
Yep. All right. So
Good.
you actually
That was
it's
some of
14,
my best sand.
it's better than that. It's
22.
14. Yeah, 14 plus your 5, which is your proficiency bonus, as well as the Arcana intelligence bonus, and then you get the extra 3. So that's actually a dirty 22, is what that is. So you have seen one of these in a book in the library before. This looks like the Amulet of Whirlwinds. Okay. And I can make that. Let me go back to your inventory, and I will take that. Oh, I did. Okay, so I've made that identified for you in your inventory, and so you can share with others what that Amulet of Whirlwinds might do.
Ooh.
Do you see it?
It turns people into frogs.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
No one knows why it's called the Amulet of Whirlwinds. It's
Oh,
just
I thought
kind of
you
a strange name.
you were
It's just
telling
an
us.
anomaly when the wind comes by and picks up the frogs from one state. Sometimes it'll rain
Exactly.
them down.
Well,
Right.
listen up. This amulet
All right.
is strung on a brass necklace and holds a piece of Jinn magic. The amulet has 9 charges, and you can create a whirlwind on a point you can see 60 feet near you. And you have to concentrate on it. It's really takes a lot of
Guess
mind power.
Guess what? I'm the DM now.
Oh, nice.
The DM will come back.
He's taking
We have
a
to
little
trust
break
that
The
he'll come
whirlwind,
back.
from
the
us.
whirlwind
I think he
just
had a little bit
blew
of
right away.
About those
Yeah.
bad instructions
so you-
earlier, I'm really sorry.
So you can create a whirlwind a distance away.
Yeah, and it can restrain